Dun Shows World.
Welcome to Shows World Gamers, Josh here, and as this week draws to a close, I wanted to take a moment to look at this week's biggest news stories, gaming announcements, and this week's new video game releases. If this is your first time on the channel, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button to join in on the fun. Alright gamers, let's kick off this week in review with a few news stories. Now, the Game Awards came under fire when the nominations were announced, specifically for Indie Game of the Year, when Dave the Diver was nominated, as it is not actually made by an indie company, as Nexon is a multi-billion-dollar company. Well, this week, showrunner Jeff Keighley, in an interview, addressed the controversy, stating, "Independent can mean different things to different people. And it's sort of a broad term." He went on to give examples that some people believe Baldur's Gate 3 is an independent game and Kojima Productions is an independent studio. This caused quite the stir in the gaming community and only fanned the fires. Now, Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition was listed on the Xbox Store. The listing, which has been taken down, did state the game would be available in up to 4K 60 frames per second with improved graphics, controls, and audio, along with brand new autosave and cross-save features. The game was listed for Xbox, but is expected to release on the PC and PlayStation also. Beyond Good and Evil originally released back in 2003 on the Nintendo GameCube, the PlayStation 2, and the original Xbox. Now, also in some really cool news, Paramount just released all 9 full episodes of the first season of the live-action Halo television show on their Paramount Plus YouTube channel. The second season is releasing exclusively on Paramount Plus on February 8th, so this is the perfect time for you to check out the series if you have not checked it out yet. Or if you just want to catch up on that first season, or if you just want to review it before the second season does drop. Reviews were mixed on the first season, but I thought it was okay. And I'm pretty excited to see where they go with the second season. Next up, let's take a look at some gaming announcements. Now, Star Racer received an announcement reveal trailer, and it also does have a Kickstarter campaign. The futuristic racing game is heavily influenced by the F-Zero franchise. Honestly, it's probably a little too influenced by F-Zero, especially with the F-Zero 99 currently being a popular game. I expect the Nintendo Ninjas will be reaching out to Whatnot Games soon, but the game is a ways off, so they may have to take some graphical changes. That being said, the game looks promising with what looks like a really cool track editor, the ability to fire weapons while in the air, along with some other fun ideas added to the fast, high-octane racing game. I think this game looks awesome. I hope they can make it to the finish line. I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on this title. Now, Dark Light received a release date announcement trailer this week. The game is a post-apocalyptic cyberpunk action platformer with intense hack-and-slash combat where you can enhance your abilities with cyberwares. The combat looks fast and fun. The enemies and graphics look good, with switching between cyber chips to gain different abilities. It should really create some deep gameplay options. The game is releasing on January 30th for the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. Now, we also received a release window trailer for the upcoming game Harold Halibut. It is a narrative-based game about friendship and life on a city-sized spaceship submerged in an alien ocean. With a really cool and impressive art style that gives it a lot of style and character. The game is coming to the PlayStation 5, the PC, and Xbox Series systems, as well as Game Pass in early 2024. Now, Bear and Breakfast received a release date announcement trailer this week, and it's not going to be a long wait, as the game is releasing in just a couple weeks on December 12th for the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. The game has previously released on PC and the Nintendo Switch, and it has been pretty well received. In the game, you play as a bear named Hank, and you must build and run a bed and breakfast in the woods. Now, Under a Rock also received an announcement trailer, and this game, well, it looks pretty impressive. The game is a survival craft game for 1 to 10 players and it takes place on a colorful island with exotic creatures and a very animated art style that just looks a lot more inviting than games like Ark that always kind of felt clunky and rudimentary to me. No release date has been given for the game, but it will be coming to the PlayStation 5, the PC, and Xbox Series systems. Alright gamers, let's finish up with this week's new video game releases. Now, Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince released this week on the Nintendo Switch. You must scout, combine, and create legions of monsters as you become a monster wrangler to create an army of monsters for battle. Along the way, you will meet allies who will join your adventure through the ever-changing seasons of Naderia and its unique environments as you strive to become the master of monster kind. Also, Gangs of Sherwood is a cooperative action game for 1 to 4 players set in the reimagined world of Robin Hood. You will have to fight the armies of the Sheriff of Nottingham and lead the rebellion as you play as Robin Hood, Marion, Friar Tuck, or Little John, with unique, fully customizable gameplay styles. The game is available now on the PlayStation 5, the PC, and Xbox Series systems. Also, SteamWorld Build released this week on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, the PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems. And it was also a day one release on Game Pass. The game is a spin-off of the popular Metroidvania SteamWorld Dig franchise, this time going with a city building game where you build a mining town and dig up long-lost technology and defend your mine from creatures. Now, Batman Arkham Trilogy finally released this week on the Nintendo Switch. The trilogy does include Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City, and Batman Arkham Knight. And all the games can be purchased in the trilogy together or individually. This is an awesome collection of games. The third-person open-world exploration and combat fits the Batman franchise perfectly, with a variety of gameplay and an aesthetic that fits the Dark Knight version of the Caped Crusader. Now, Toaster Ball was a game that was shown off at the last Indie World Showcase. Now, if you don't remember seeing the game, that's because, for some reason, it was only shown in the Japanese version of the showcase, not the English one. The game is a versus game where you compete against opponents in various court-style games as a toaster with limited movement, but the ability to eject toast. Personally, it just sounds like a lot of fun to play with a few friends once in a while. I'm definitely going to check this out at some point. I think me and the kids are going to have a blast playing it. So, we'll definitely let you know once we do play it what we thought of it. Alright gamers, that concludes this week in review for the week ending on December 1st. The week started with us trying to tackle at least some of that backlog of games while recovering from the holiday feast with our families. Then, Jeff Keighley managed to get the gaming community even more mad about the nominations for the Game Awards. And the week ended with word that the Knuckles live-action series and the third Sonic the Hedgehog movies are both back on track after the Hollywood strikes have come to an end. But let me know anything we may have missed in the comments, and thanks for joining us today, gamers.